Brought to you by Refi. Refinance your defaulted private student loans today at yrefi.com/Ramsey.
I've got bipolar 1. I was diagnosed when I was 19, so I'm 24 now. And, I've been on my meds, been in therapy for 5 years the whole time, and then just kind of crashed this last couple months. I went into a full-blown manic episode for about 6 to 8 weeks, racked up $20,000 in debt, and blew through my savings. That was almost $20,000. And I'm financially not in the best situation right now. I make 104 right now. I quit my job when the manic episode happened and luckily got a new one that I started in October. So I'm just a little lost and scared of myself, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's it, right? Well, number one, can I just tell you I'm proud of you?
Thank you.
That's going to sound bananas, but you've had one blowout in 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with manic and depressive episodes in that time, but nothing to this degree.
But that tells me you've been working real hard.
Yeah.
That means you've been taking your meds even when you don't want to. That means you've been going to counseling even when you don't want to. That means you've been putting the work in. I'm proud of you. That's hard.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I love your self-awareness is pretty amazing. The person that you've lost trust in is not your boss, is not the government, whatever. It's you, right? And that's just a scary place to find yourself when you're worried about what you're going to do next. So when are you pretty leveled out right now, or do you go down in the valley after a pretty hot episode?
Typically I go straight plummeting down. Luckily I got a new psychiatrist and I'm on a new medication. Over the last 2 to 4 weeks I've been taking it, I want to say.
Feel good?
And I feel pretty, I'll be honest, I feel like normal, if you will, mellow, medium, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But to me, this is my own guess here, but because I was manic for so long, normal feels dull and low. And
That's right.
Lame.
So, and lame. I love that word. And that's the challenge, right? Is how do you? It's making peace with the ordinary, right? Making peace with day in and day out. That's hard.
Yeah.
Here is the best, worst news I'm going to give you, okay? You have one choice. Actually, that's not true. You have two choices. Choice number one is to say, see, I told you so. You blew it all. You screwed up everything. This is just going to keep happening forever, whatever. Or you can look at the data you have in front of you. The data says for 5 years, you scratched, you clawed. And by the way, you got a diagnosis at 19, and that means that 18, 17, 16, 15 were really tough years for you, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got it at 19, and you've been wobbly and figuring it out and doing pretty dang well, making a whole bunch of money, which tells me you're really good at what you do. And you had one kind of off the rails manic episode. You quit your job and you managed to go dust yourself off and go get another 6-figure job. And now you're back at it. So option 2 is you take your lumps, you'll learn, you put one hurdle in front of yourself, which is you have 1 or 2 people that you know and you trust and love who have your ATM number and your Amazon login. And the next time they see you starting to spin up, they have permission from you in writing that they can go cut something off. And you're just going to need different hurdles than other people, but everybody's got their own hurdles. Yours are going to be taller because you've got BP1. But dude, I'm proud of you. The thing I don't want you to do is give up on you, because your track record is pretty dang good.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with a lot, and I was a Division I athlete. I hit all the milestones I was supposed to do, and now I just feel stuck and like a failure. and I'm not good at reaching out for help. I don't want help. I keep telling myself, I can truck along and figure this out on my own, and I'm realizing that
you can't. It's okay. You know who else can't? Me. You know who else can't? George, Dave. None of us can.
And you reached out for help right now. You called this
now.
show. That's bravery.
Yeah.
So you realize that it's okay to bring others in to help you through this, and no one's going to judge you. And the ones that do, get them out of your life.
Yeah.
And so I love John's idea of make the bad things difficult to do and make the good things easier to do. And we did this with our little toddler. We took off all the ornaments on the bottom of the tree so that she couldn't reach them and smash them. And so for you, that means freezing your credit, cutting up the credit card, and putting some restrictions to make it harder to spend. Put friction in your life to where you can't spend money on that credit card because you don't have one anymore.
And by the way, it feels like the end of the world. George and I talk to people all day long who don't have bipolar 1, who blow through $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in credit card debt.
Yeah.
And so 20 grand making $100,000 a year, 105 grand, you're going to be able to pay that off real quick.
Could you put $4 grand a month toward this debt right now with your income? If you got on a real tight budget?
Yes. The other issue is that $5,500 of it is what I'm calling a personal loan, but is to someone that I gathered a bit of a gambling problem over this last episode.
Okay.
And I lost $8 grand to someone who was supplying that money for me to gamble with.
Do you have savings so that you can go pay them off today?
No, I blew through the savings I had on top of the $18,000 I have left.
So at $104,000 a year, can you go down to a local credit union and take out a loan for $4,000 or $5,500 and get them paid off?
Yes.
Do that today. Do that today.
Okay.
And then delete their number out of your phone.
And block it.
Okay.
And block it and delete every app off your phone.
And then debt snowball the rest. Whatever the smallest balance debt is, we're going to attack that first, make minimum payments on the rest.
Hang on the line. I'm going to send you Financial Peace University. We're going to get you hooked up, and I'm going to send you the Every Dollar app. And I would love it if you had an accountability partner who also you could connect to the Every Dollar app, and y'all could review budgets together. Or if you bought stuff, it shows up and they can see it too. And that might be a way that you can have mutual accountability with somebody. But all in all, man, you had a rough season. And by the way, if you got trouble with gambling, go to a meeting tonight. Go to a meeting in the morning. Get on top of this stuff. But man, you are on the right track. I want you to dust yourself up and get up and go again. I'm proud of you.
Why Refi refinances delinquent private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.